So guys, this morning I woke up with the realization that in school they teach us what we need to do when it comes to being a good student, how we can get good grades, how we can go on to be a good employee, but not what we need to do when it comes to managing the money that we've now been able to make. And over the years, I've had to go through trial and error when it comes to learning how to do this. And I thought, you know what, I'll make a video today breaking down how I'm able to invest my money in the right places for me to be able to grow it using a simple iPhone. Of course, this video shouldn't be taken as financial advice in any way, shape or form. The purpose for this video and this channel, generally speaking, is to share the knowledge that I've got, and hopefully it's going to be able to enlighten anyone that's out there. But this now brings me on to the first question, which is why exactly should you even invest in the first place? Some of you right now are probably thinking, Sam, schools didn't teach us what to do with our money because we don't need to do anything with the money. We just need to keep it in a basic bank account. And I have to be honest with you guys, that isn't the smartest mindset to have, because if you're currently making money from your job, maybe you've got some sort of side hustle, you don't want to just keep the money in a basic bank account. And the reason for that is because of inflation. Inflation is basically where your money becomes less valuable year after year. And to give you a basic example as to how inflation works, for those of you that's not really sure, I know it might sound really confusing, but it's actually quite simple. The money that you have right now isn't going to be able to buy the same things in the future that it could do today. E.g., in 2005, if you had around $5 and you wanted to buy a simple fast food meal, you could have. However, now that same meal is going to cost between $10 to $12. Another example is if you wanted to buy a basic home appliance set, a washer and dryer. In 2005, it would cost you around $1,000. However, now it can cost you as much as $2,000. Or even when it comes to cars, if you had $15,000 in 2005, you would have been able to buy a certain car, Honda Civic, maybe some sort of Toyota. However, now that exact same car or a similar car to it is going to cost you as high as $30,000. I'm sure that you guys get the point now as to how it works. The same spending power that you have today isn't going to be the same one that you have tomorrow. And that's the reason why you don't want to keep your money sitting in a regular current account. These are the things that we wasn't really taught in school, and that's the reason why I prioritize a lot of my energy when it comes to investing my money in the right places. And this now brings me on to some of the different ways that you can actually invest. We've got things like real estate. You can buy and sell houses, you can buy and hold them, or what you could do is buy and rent them out. There's also the option of investing into high-end watches, buy and hold them and let them appreciate over time. Another way that you can invest is into gold bars. You could buy gold bars, keep them in your house, keep them in a safety deposit box. There's so many different options when it comes to investing. Even when it comes to investing into your own business, of course, there's always going to be work that's going to be required when it comes to maintaining it, but there's certain automated businesses that you can put your money into for you to hopefully see some sort of a return. For example, if you wanted to set up some sort of online store, there's certain ways that you can use AI. There's this AI store builder that some of you may have seen on my channel before. This requires minimal investment when it comes to setting it up. You're going to be able to get your store up and running, but you're going to be able to invest into various different softwares when it comes to managing the back end. Whether it's investing into an automation software to get traffic onto it using a tool like make.com, and even when it just comes down to investing into softwares when it comes to fulfilling all of the orders that you're going to get with the help of AutoDS. AutoDS is a tool that I speak about on this channel quite a lot because it's the perfect one for beginners out there that are looking for simplicity when it comes to being able to automate things so that they can put time into other areas of their lives. When it comes to automatically shipping out orders, literally all you gotta do is make sure that you've picked the best supplier. AutoDS is connected to over 15, maybe 20 different suppliers that integrate with it. And because it connects directly with the AI store that you've been able to build, it's gonna do a good job of working seamlessly to make sure that your supplier receives all of the information they need when it comes to automatically fulfilling all of your orders. So those are some of the ways that you can invest your money right now. And of course, if you want to check out AutoDS, I've got a 30-day trial in my description down below. But one of the other ways that you can invest, and it's the main point of this video, is into stocks and shares. I've personally found investing into stocks and shares to be one of the best ways of being able to earn a passive source of income. Again, it's something that you can do directly using an iPhone, Android, whatever smartphone that you have. And as long as you've set things up and you've kind of built things in the right way when it comes to your portfolio, you're now going to be able to put your money to work in the right way where you don't have to stress too much. And this now brings me on to a question that I'm sure that most of you have right now, which is, Sam, how does investing into stocks and shares actually work? What's the benefit of doing it? And why should I even consider it? Well, when you invest into stocks and shares, you're basically owning a portion of an already existing company. There's so many different popular companies out there that we've all heard of, we all use, and you can actually own a portion of it. So when that company does well, the money that you put into it is going to increase in value. And of course, on the other hand, if the company doesn't perform as well, then the money that you put into that company is going to decrease. And that's why it's very important to make sure that you're doing things in the right way so that you can reduce the amount of money that you're potentially going to lose by making the wrong decisions. And I would say that making the wrong decisions comes down to two different things. The first one is investing into companies that maybe you use, maybe your friends and family use, and because of that, you're just going to put all your money into it without doing the right research. For example, right here, we could see Zoom. A lot of us use it till now. It blew up during the pandemic, but we could see that it's not really performed well. You know, people did make money around 2020 with this stock, but ever since 2022, it hasn't really done much. Another popular company that you probably use on a day-to-day basis is Snapchat. You know, it's a similar thing. We can see that it's a company that isn't really performing well in the stock market. And this is why I believe that you shouldn't just blindly invest into any company out there, because this is a quick way for you to lose money. This is something that I've had to learn the hard way. So what I like to do now is make sure that I plan things out in the best way. So one of the things that I use is this investing plan quiz. It takes me through 5 different questions and it gives me the information that I need when it comes to being able to set things up accurately using my iPhone. So we're going to walk through this together and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. So one of the first questions is, where are you from? I'm going to select the UK because this is obviously where I'm from. So I'm going to click on next. What is your main investing goal? For me, my investing goal is to obviously build long-term wealth. So I'm going to select this. Question 3 is, what is your risk tolerance? For me, I would say that it is a medium one. So I'm just going to select this. Question 4 is, how much can you invest as initial deposit? So again, this is all relative to your own situation. So make sure that you're thinking about this properly. For me, I could invest over $10,000. So I would select this, but just to kind of paint the picture as to how it's going to work if you have a lot less, I'm going to select this one over here for the sake of this video. How much can you invest on a monthly basis? When it comes to doing all of this, you're not just going to invest once and then just leave it. You can do that and it can definitely work. But if you want to see long-term growth over a prolonged period of time, it's going to come from doing something called dollar cost averaging. And all this means is that you're going to continuously keep investing, maybe every couple weeks or at least once a month. So for me, I would say that I can invest, again, for this example, between $1,000 to $2,000 each month. And finally, how many years do you plan to keep investing? I'm going to say that I can do it for 10 to 20 years and I'm going to click on submit. Okay, perfect. So it's now giving me this detailed prompt that I'm going to be able to copy just like this. And then head over to ChatGPT and I'm just going to paste it in here just like that. You don't need to read it at this point. You can do so if you want, but what it's going to do now is make sure that it gives you all of the information you need when it comes to the best steps to take. Again, guys, I'm only showing you what I use myself, not saying that you have to use this, but it's definitely helpful when it comes to just giving you the education and, you know, all the information that goes into being able to do things in the most safest way possible. Because as you can see over here, it's broken down all of the different ways that I should invest. You know, it's letting me know that I should invest into ETFs rather than buying into individual companies. The reason for this is that when you buy into a individual company, you're going to have to always monitor the financials of it. However, when you buy into an ETF, you're going to be able to kind of set it and forget it. So these are the different ones that it's advising that I put my funds into, and these are the different splits. So what I can now do is click into this link and open up an account with Trading 212. I've already got an account with them and I'm going to show you exactly what the interface looks like in a moment. But as you can see with them, you're going to be able to get a free fractional share up to £100 when you sign up with Trading 212. So all the information is going to be found in the investing quiz, or you could just check it out in the description down below. But if I just open up my iPhone over here, I'm just going to show you exactly what goes into setting up an investing portfolio from scratch. Literally all I need to do is just scroll over here and come over to this part where it says new pie. And if we just look at the steps within Trading 212, it's letting me know that I should set up a new pie and I should now use these different ones when it comes to building up the pie, which is also known as a portfolio. And again, these are the different splits. So I can now click on add instruments on my iPhone over here, and I'm going to be able to search for all of the different ones. So the first one's been added. I'm just going to add the second one right now. And what I'm also going to do, guys, is just speed it up and show you what the final page looks like. Okay, so all 5 have now been added, and it's going to be over here where I'm going to be able to set the allocation. So change this one to 40%, similar to what ChatGPT has told me. And by the way, guys, I'm not saying that you just need to follow what ChatGPT is saying word for word. You can do your own research, maybe find a different one that you feel more comfortable investing into. You know, I'm not necessarily invested into these ones, but I'm just giving you guys a foundation that you can now work from. But yeah, 40% for the first one. It's going to be 25% for this one, 15%. And the last 2 are going to be 10% and 10%. If I click on next, over here is where I'm going to be able to set up auto invest. So I could just click on next once again. And it's going to be on this page where you can now set up your initial deposit as well as the ongoing monthly deposits that you want to make. If you want to change it to weekly, you can do that. If you want to change it to daily, you've also got that option as well. So let's assume that I was happy to invest around 10,000 just like this, and every month I wanted to invest a continuous amount of around 2,000. I could do it just like that, set it to around 10 years. And the good thing about Trading 212 is that it's also going to give you a value projection as well when it comes to letting you know how much you're going to be able to have at the end of the 10 years. Of course, you need to be consistent when it comes to doing so, but as we can see over here, it's going to be close to $500,000 that I'm going to be able to get, which is around 11.02% annual return based on the different ETFs that I was able to get from ChatGPT, and I'm going to be able to automate everything with the help of Trading 212. But yeah, guys, that's basically what goes into potentially being able to earn an income passively. I do need to say again for the 100th time throughout this video that, you know, it's something that you need to be consistent with. By no means am I saying that this is a get rich quick scheme. Everything I've shown you today are the things that I wish I learned back when I was in school, because I would have been able to do all of this a lot sooner. But my aim with this video was to just give you a general overview as to how this works. If you've enjoyed this video, you've learned anything from it, don't forget to press the like button. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe as well, hit the bell notification so that YouTube can let you know once a new video has been released. And if you also want to watch a recent YouTube video that I made not too long ago, well, in that video I'm going to be able to spend a little bit more time breaking down the steps you need to take when it comes to actually being able to build up a side hustle and earn active income. You're going to be able to watch that video by clicking the link right there. Check that out straight after this because it's already helped out countless people and I'm sure they can help you out too. But other than that, guys, I'll catch you on that next video. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.